Hello and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you a product by EGOFit and it's called the Walker Pro, which I got right here. It's not that heavy, I can lift it on my own, but to move it around I guess two people will be needed. You can see some fancy towel I have here to put on the strap because there's absolutely no handle on the box whatsoever. This thing cost me £470 in the UK from Amazon, and I guess will be the same in dollars if you're in the US. I always prefer to go out for a walk or even on my treadmill, but if you are working on the desk a lot, especially on my workbench where I need to stand a lot, maybe this is a good idea for you. All my video is about showing you what your money can buy, so you be the judge of how good or how bad this product is. I'll go through the basic stuff with you guys. Any questions, put in the comment down below. I might be able to explore a bit more. Packaging wise, it comes in a big box like this. Amazon do a nice next day delivery. You should be able to find it cheaper elsewhere, but I always buy from Amazon because if anything wrong, I can always return it without any hassle. Now, £470 is on the high side for a equipment, but like any sport equipment, it's worth the money if you actually use it. So if you buy it and just leave it under your desk and get a duster, no, it won't be. With dedication and hard work, you don't need sports equipment. You can jog on the sport every day for 30 minutes like this and you will still burn calories, but there is a market for this kind of things. There will be a quick unboxing video coming up, so if you are not interested in that, you can always skip forward. I will put the time code in the description. Hopefully you can see. Go straight to the parts that you want to see. For example, me tripping over myself. Anyway, so let's open this up. I haven't dealt with this company before. I always look out for interesting products to show you guys. My last video regarding the treadmill, the cheapest treadmill that you can fit under the sofa, that was very popular. So thank you very much for watching. And that helps me to fund my next project like this one's. The first look at the product is that I think it's already assembled, so there's not much to build. And looking at the footprint, it looks like a triangular wedge which kind of go under your desk. Now once again, I'm always very careful when I unpack stuff, just in case I need to return it to Amazon or if I'm selling it to the next owner. You always get a higher resale value if you keep the packaging nice, and it's also like respecting the next potential owner as well. So in this bag you have the lubricating fluid which goes for the belt. You've got the remote control 3-pin plug, which I'm going to show you guys more in details later. Majority of the weight is on this side of the machine, and you know what, this thing's built like a tank. As you can see, this is where the belt area is, and this is where you walk on it. It's already got an incline naturally built, like a triangular wedge. You got two handles on the side here, and I guess that's where you tend to move it around with. You got two front wheels, so if you want to move it around, you tilt up the rear, just like any other treadmill that you can actually push it along. I guess if you want to go under the desk completely, you push it and it will go. I'm going to read the instructions before I use it and make sure I'm not doing anything I shouldn't. But looking at this, you got an oil cap here, so this is where you put the lubricating oil, and then you got the two adjustments for the belt on the back here, which is pretty standard in all machines. Plastic, plastic, plastic construction all the way around, which is nothing wrong with that. And I like the way that they have covers on the bottom here. A lot of people complaining about the belt hitting the carpet. Sometimes it's like, you know, when you put it on the thick pile carpet, the rubber feet will compress the carpet until the fibers start touching the underneath of the belt, and sometimes causing some kind of burning smell as well if you use it a lot. So it's nice to see that they have actually plastic cover to stop things touching the belt. I mean, the width-wise, you can always do with a wider belt, but for walking, I think this is perfectly fine. I was hoping this will be a lot steeper though, as in a bigger incline. Not sure if we can pop something underneath to make it a bit more like a step, but we'll see about that later. A lot of time I judge how nice a product is by the instruction booklet. If they spend the time to make sure the instruction is easy to follow and use kind of proper English, which I say, then it's kind of a good product. So far, so good. I mean, there is a few grammar mistake, but it's not blatantly translated by Google. But the important part is that maximum load is 110 kilos, and in terms of speed is up to 3.1 miles per hour or 5 kilometers per hour. So it's kind of a fast walking pace. Function is clearly stated here is for walking, not for running. It shows you how to use the machine, the remote control as such, but I'm more interested in the maintenance part. So yeah, so maintenance. So lubrication, the treadmill has been sprayed with silicone oil in advance before leaving the manufacturing plant, which is a good news. That's it. It doesn't say how often though you need to put the oil in, and then adjusting, use the Allen key at the back just like any other treadmill. There is nothing that I need to do then because it's already pre-oiled. So let's plug it in and have a play. Okay guys, so before you use the machine, always make sure the belt is running straight in the middle. So this is speed 1. So this is in kilometers an hour. So let's try 2. So coming off the machine, the motor starts to make a clicking noise, but I think under load, it doesn't make that noise when it's under load. So only if it is like free spinning, it has a little bit of a clicking noise. But once you start walking on it, the noise is more the kind of the friction between the belt and the surface. But relatively simple. I mean, it will be something that you put it under your table. I'm going to show you guys like how it works on my workbench in a minute. So you put it under your table and you subconsciously kind of knowing it's there, but you're just doing your stuff. Hopefully not cooking, chopping vegetables and stuff like that, but if you're just browsing internet, doing Word, Excel, Office kind of a work, you can have it under your desk. And some people even do it sitting down. But that's when I want to actually have it higher up as an incline. Come on, let's have some fun. Let's turn it up. So this is max, 5 kilometers an hour. Now my stride is quite big, so sometimes I find that I am running out of space. It's almost like you want to do quick step rather than big steps. All right, so let's show you what it looks like on the floor. Okay, so this is the walking pad. So that's the oil cap right there. And then you got the free display on top. So you can see you got speed, step and time, and then you got like distance and calories. So you can set that up. If I stand on it. I'm sorry if it starts shaking a bit. But let's restart. So 3, 2, 1, and it starts. For me personally, I think 3 kilometers an hour is how I would walk for, let's say, an hour while I'm doing other stuff. Don't forget, if you are doing other stuff on the desk or table, your concentration is not always there. So you wouldn't go full on too fast, or else it starts to distract you from doing what you need to do. This is the oil cap that I was talking about. Put some oil in there when it's needed. I mean, size-wise, in comparison, this is the walking pad, and that over there is my Peloton treadmill. So if you want to run, you run on that thing, but if you want to walk, you walk on this thing. I have to say though, the build quality is quite good. It feels like it's built like a tank. But at £470, let's see what else can it do. It has a app function, so let's try and download the app. So you scan the QR code. The app is called Fit Show. Okay, so I moved the walking pad underneath my bench right here. So this is, I guess, how you would use it in a kind of office environment, or if you are doing loads of standing up work. And instead of just standing still, you want to move and put some few steps into your daily routine, then this is how you would do it. So remote on the desk, and let's do a test run. I might have to adjust it forward and backward a bit just to make sure that I'm on the right kind of a track. So this, for me, front step, back step. So I think this is fine. So let's start and see what it feels like. Now the remote is by radio wave, not infrared, so you don't have to point it. You can just stick it down somewhere so you don't lose it. And like the previous treadmill that I use, with the barrier, naturally you feel more comfortable. So straight away I feel so much more comfortable walking on this pad just because my desk is here. And so far I think I set it up perfectly. So let's increase the speed. There is a delay in terms of speed increase, so don't go crazy with the remote. I suggest press it a few times. And of course, one of the problems is now I can't see the display because the display is underneath the desk. But let me move back a bit. So this is on 3 kilometers an hour. Your ability to do stuff, but like I can still drink coffee or even use my hands to do stuff. But would I chop vegetables or would I do soldering iron? Probably not. So I guess this is how most people will use the exercising pad. Alright, so once you downloaded the app, you'll be greeted by this page, device. So the only one with green dot here doesn't look like a walking pad, but this is what it is. It's connected by Bluetooth, so make sure your phone has Bluetooth on. And then you got some options. You got quick start, natural scenery, sport course, program mode, map mode. If you do lose the remote, you can use your phone, which is great news. So you no longer need to worry about losing your remote then. So with the phone, you can actually increase the speed. Oh, actually, I prefer the phone because now I don't need to go through the motion of increasing, let it press on it and let it run. And because I can't see the display, but now I can use the phone. Oh, this is so much better. This is great. And I think this is how it should be. All these manufacturer, they should use Bluetooth. So it's recording my speed, it's recording how much calories I'm burning, but obviously that will be an estimate because I haven't even entered what my weight is. Alright, so since I sign in with an account, you can actually compete with other people. Most of them are Chinese, I think. I mean, if you really want to, you can actually set up profile picture and compete with other people. Oh, that's quite cool actually. I didn't expect it from a simple machine like this. And they do recommend some other courses and how to run example. I'm quite impressed with this now. Oh, you have to download the video. So you got some exercise routine here, which is like a 10 minutes workout. So according to my watch, I am actually working out and I'm actually sweating as well. Obviously, it's quite hot day today here. And I usually exercise with a fan on so it doesn't get that wet, but I'm already sweating. In terms of space, it doesn't take up any space at all. It's kind of tiny. You can slip it under the desk. I mean, if I remove some of my storage right there, when I'm finished with it, I can actually just push it all the way in and it kind of hide under the desk. There are some options of how to use this, especially like if you want to sitting down and you just want to move your legs and keep your circulation going. You can do that on this part of the machine, for example, like this. I mean, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. Does it feel awkward? Yeah, sometimes, you know, if my leg hit the chair and then they stop it from moving, yeah, of course. But once you get used to it, you just have to keep your legs going. I mean, how much exercise can you get out of it? Not a lot. Obviously, you should stand up and walk on it if you want cardio. But if you just want to keep your legs mobile, keep the joint mobile, and maybe keep on some circulation going, I think this is perfectly fine for that. And I'm happily do typing my office work, even if you want to chop vegetables. Okay, if you sit down and you're doing some cooking and chopping vegetables and maybe soldering iron and stuff like that, even if I need to concentrate, I can lean forward. I can still have my dexterity of my hands without too much of a distraction. So there is a need for this, I think, in the market, especially if you are just recovering from sport injury and stuff like that. But if you want a proper cardio, there's no two ways about it. Definitely stand up and walk on it. I think for me, I will need something to raise something higher, at least to my chest height. Then I can be more comfortable doing this stuff. But yeah, so this is my little review on the EcoPro walking pad. Like I say, I'm quite impressed with the construction of the machine, even though it's made of plastic. I mean, you can stand on the side if you need to, like take a break and stuff like that, just like a normal treadmill. The app is interesting. I don't know how much content they have done so far, but with a little bit of competition with the rest of the Chinese gang, I think it's a big Chinese market right there. So if you want to, you can upload a profile, just like what we do with the more expensive Peloton. And in terms of if you have a sport watch, then you can measure and your cardio intensity and all that. So it's quite impressive in terms of what your money can buy. So like I always do, you decide if it is a good or bad thing. Leave in the comment section any questions. I might try to help you as much as I can. I hope my information is useful to you. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel to help me grow. And I can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadgets. Bye-bye. I'm trying this out for you guys, but I'm not going to take any responsibility if you kill yourself. What happens if you prop it up to make it a bit more of an incline? Obviously, if I'm to do it, I'll make a proper wooden platform, but just for testing purposes, make sure that it sits on top of my button right here. Well, first of all, once you prop it up, it does feel a bit strange because it looks like the motor is working against you. Maybe it's the speed. Let me speed up a bit. See if it will smooth out a bit. You know what? It does work. Propping it up a bit does work. I do feel like I'm lifting myself up a little bit harder. But I don't think the motor or the design of the walking pad is for that. So for that reason, I will stop. Whew, that was fun.